Okay guys, welcome to this week's broadcast for the Fife Property market for the week from the 3rd of October to the 9th of October. Now hopefully we'll have a proper stream here. I'm in Spain now, so it's not exactly brilliant to get this message across, and hopefully it won't freeze in between. So let's talk about this week just past the 3rd to the 9th of October, and we'll look at some of the numbers. We'll also talk about the properties coming to market over the next week, and we'll talk about some of the key indicators that will tell you where things are in terms of time to sell, time to buy, and also length of time it takes to complete a transaction from the point of sale and also the point of actually putting on the market. And that means keys in your hand. So let's talk about the numbers across the Fife property market now. So in the Cooper area, we saw 11 properties instructed across all the estate agents, and 9 properties went under offer and sold. East Neuk, 10 properties were instructed, 1 property was actually sold. That's actually really surprising. That's almost like a flood onto the market in the East Neuk area for 10 properties and 1 only sold. But we've had a flood onto the market where we had a lot of properties sold and hardly anything come onto the market. So it'll probably even itself out next week, and that'll come full circle again. St Andrews 2 came onto the market, 6 actually went under offer and sold. So St Andrews market's doing very, very well just now. Leavenmouth, 9 on the market, 14 sold. Dunfermline 36, 54 sold. Dunfermline's actually a really good market just now for selling. You'll be getting good prices, probably over the home report value at the end of this. Glenrothes is 12 versus 17, and Kirkcaldy is 27 versus 27, so even Stevens for Kirkcaldy area. But look at overall, 107 properties came onto the market in the Fife area, and 128 went under offer. That's almost 120% of actually supply itself. That tells us the market is still continuing to boom. Here are some key indicators coming right up right now. So let's look at this. So I'm jumping the gun here, maybe I hit the button too much. Okay, so this is 478 properties are sitting for sale right across Fife, available for you to buy right now in the Fife area. This is the number of properties, including that actually under offer and sold just now, waiting to complete. So 1,864. So why did I tell you these numbers? Well, this is key here, and let's look at this spreadsheet in a wee bit further detail. So the number of properties coming to market are number of properties on the market, including the sold ones, are 1,864. Number of properties up for sale itself out of that figure is 478, which leaves us 1,386 of this number here, when you take that 478 away, as actually sold and under offer, waiting to be completed by the solicitor. So this is key here. So in the last 12 months, according to Zoopla, 5,716 properties have actually sold and completed. In other words, keys in hand over the last 12 months. This means that properties sell per month on average, if we divide that by 12, is 476. So you see where we're going here? Look at the number of properties sold, number of properties actually settling every month. So it's almost even Stevens. And that means if we then take the weeks to settle from listing, in other words, you put your house on the market, number of weeks to settle from that point is 17 weeks almost. So it's taking 17 weeks, so 4 months. So we're on the 10th of October just now. So when you think about October, November, December, January, February. So if you actually, technically, if you were on average and you put your house on the market right now, this very beginning, it will on average conclude keys in your hand, actually sold for your next property and handed over in 4 months' time, which is after New Year, which is the 10th of February itself. For the people that are actually on the market just now and currently selling, if they're due to almost sell within 1 month. See here, that's where that number is. Number of properties for market on sale, number of properties actually selling every single month, which means that most properties are actually coming onto market and on average selling within the month. In other words, about 30 to 31 days. That means once you are on the market, you should be within a month after getting your house sold. It should take round about 3 months. So if you're looking to have your house sold now, you'll probably be completing other side of, again, the new year itself, probably around the 10th of January, middle of January itself, on average. Okay, so we put your house in today, in other words, as I said there, you'll move in by the 5th of May, 5th of February, and if you sold today, because your house is on the market, you'd be the 6th of January. So hope that makes sense. Any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments, or you can message us directly. You can call me at any of the offices or email us direct. Whatever you want to do, please feel free to ask away. So let's look at some of the properties actually coming onto market and actually sold just now. Okay, so now I'll tell you about this one. This was actually sold in Kelty. This is a 2-bedroom apartment. The new owner's delighted. They are actually buying it as a property investment, a 2-bedroom apartment itself in the Kelty area. So if you've got a 2-bedroom apartment in the property area, in the Kelty area, then by all means contact us, because we do have other people that miss out on these properties. School Wind in East Weems, a 3-bedroom detached house that has been sold in 10 days. 4 other people missed out on this property. So if you've got a 3-bedroom detached house in the East Weems area, please feel free to give us a call. And Creel Road in Anstruther, this was Creel Cottage. This sold within 9 days. And the new owner is thrilled with their new property investment. This was a holiday home before, and it is going to continue to be that as well. Okay, so let's talk about some of the articles I've got in this post itself we've got this week. Coming soon. Let's talk about coming soon, actually. Lindsay Berwick Place in Anstruther. That'll be coming this week. I think pre-portal's getting done this week, yeah. 2-bedroom semi-detached house in the Lindsay Berwick Place area in Anstruther. James Street in Cellar Dyke, that'll be a 4-bedroom terraced house. That'll be coming soon. Carslogie Road in Cooper, a 2-bedroom detached bungalow. That's actually a 3-bedroom detached bungalow, 2-bedroom, 2-reception, but the dining room can actually be used as another bedroom, and it's a bungalow as well, and it's detached. And I tell you what, it's on a huge plot, because I've just put all the details together and finalised it and approved it to be sent over for the customer to see. Raven Crescent in Buckhaven, this is a 2-bedroom apartment coming onto the market. The Lawrence Street in Buckhaven, there's a 3-bedroom semi-detached cottage actually coming onto market soon. Watch out for that this week. Petticoat Bay in Kinghorn, 2-bedroom house. This has actually got stunning views across the Forth. So watch out for that one. It is going to be amazing. The Temple in Lower Largo actually completed. It was originally sold in 4 days. This was the garage it would actually seen. I can now tell you it went for 50% over the asking price. Yep, 50% over the asking price. If you have a garage, which we can get planning permission on to change of use, this is potentially what you can get for this property. So that's what's happened this week so far. Let's talk about some of the articles that are coming on, are in this post. We did a program yesterday. It was about the autumn advantages, and this was all about the advantages of selling in autumn and looking to complete next year and what you need to do. So it's all about catching buyers at a timely moment, enjoying a relaxing experience, and telling you about the deadlines and how to slow it down and how to make it easy and smooth for the buyer, which makes it easier and more advantageous for you to get the best offer for your house. Selling also with less competition, especially at this time of year. If you put your house on the market, tend to be in the traditional times that people perceive them to be a lot quieter. When they're not really, because at the end of the day, if you put a house on the market, everybody sees it on the internet and they see it on their phones immediately, all the time. It's no longer the case they have to wait for you to call them anymore. They can get instant notifications when a property hits the market, especially when we do our VIP pre-portal launches, and we also do our VIP mail out to our registered buyers before it actually hits any websites. So they all get priority access. If you want to get priority access, follow our Facebook pages and also register with us now. Message us direct with your contact details, and we're more than happy to get in touch with you, and we will register you in our system. And if you're in a position to proceed, you'll be the first to be notified when a property comes to market before it actually hits Rightmove, Zoopla and prime location. Also things like Capture the Natures, and this is the best time of year for photographs when you come into autumn, because you've got all these golden brown colours, and then what happens is the grass is no longer burnt, so therefore it's nice and deep green. And then if you catch it on the right day with the traditional blue sky, and then just that flash of sunshine coming in from the side, it just goes pow. and your property looks absolutely amazing. That's what gets people to click through in the beginning, alongside the emotionally driven summary in that beginning, in order to get that person to click through, see more details, and then after that we can retarget them through the social media channels, because now we've got most of their data in our system as a result, and we could retarget them with your advert. Okay, and then also how to get ahead in the New Year sellers list, and take advantage of being pole position as a buyer as well, because you've got your house in a position to proceed. We have actually just accepted an entry date. Now, this has been negotiated for a property in Pittenweem, and it is a 12-month entry date. People were agreeing to 3-month, 6 months, 9 months, and 12-month entry dates. They want the house of their dreams. They're prepared to wait for it. And that's why you will never be in, and we talked about this on the show yesterday, you'll never be in a position where you're going to be homeless. That is practically impossible. So watch the show, listen to the podcast, or you can read the article. I would recommend actually listening to the podcast and watching the show, because you get a really good insight into what's happening in the market itself. The next one we actually spoke about was if you need to sell in a hurry, and traditionally the mistakes that these mistakes that people actually make. The people that put their home up for sale, they usually want 3 things to happen for their house to sell for the price that they're happy with. The process completes as quickly as possible, and it's relatively hassle-free. That's exactly what we are here for. So we talk about the 3 Ds as well. Divorce, debt, and death can all drive the need for a speedy and selling a property. And that's one of the things in this article. So a 2-minute article, it's on there. You can click on it and you can read it to your heart's content as well. And finally, we always, as I said before, we have the property valuation. The instant valuation tool is on our page every single time. A lot of people are using this. They're getting a great insight into their mortgage and to the loan to value, because it gives them a new figure from the original figure that they actually they got in the beginning when they actually bought their house. If you bought your house in the last 5 years, it's gone up roughly around about 20 to 30% in the last 5 years. Now, if it's gone up 20 to 30% in the last 5 years, and you originally took out your mortgage on a 90% loan to value, which is a really high interest rate because of the risk reward that the bank had, your mortgage is now on roughly around about a 60 to 70% loan to value, which means you'll get a lot lower rate on your home mortgage again, and you'll get better terms, which means you'll make more of a monthly saving on your property. So click on that link for the instant valuation, get an idea about what your property is worth. If you're not really that happy with the valuation itself when it comes out, majority of people are, it gives them the right figure, it's very accurate. Gives them the right figure. If you're not happy with it, then just feel free to message us direct. We can quickly go through that in detail and get more insight into what that true value is of your home. Some people's homes are extremely unique, so it's not all the same. I mean, example of mine was when I originally did it on one of these instant valuation tools, the bank came up and said my house was worth half of what it was, because my house was twice the size of everything in the street. And normally it was based on the algorithm, it's based on all the properties sold in the street. Therefore, if my house was double the size, it would automatically think that my house was actually the same price as everybody else's. So that's the reason why some of these algorithms don't work as accurately as possible. But over the time, what we do is we feed it back all the information in order to get that information in there, to make it easier for you to get that accurate valuation out, to give you the right information and the right facts for moving forward. That's the key point here. The key point is to give you the right information and the right facts in order to make a decision whether you should sell, whether you should wait, whether you should extend, or whatever it is you need, or whether you should just remortgage. That's the key here. That's what we're here for, to help you manage life as it happens. And that's it, guys, for this week. Please feel free, as I said, to message us direct if you want any more information. And until next week, guys, I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties TV.